Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ Mickel Jackson, says legislation already exists to effectively respond to malicious and harmful communication in the online space. She was responding to Prime Minister Andrew Holness's declaration that the government will be exploring ways to clamp down on the spread of fake news and misinformation in the digital space. Mahira Stewart has more in this report.
Mickel Jackson says for more serious online offences, victims can seek redress under a raft of existing laws.
You have the Defamation Act. It was revised in 2013, thereabout, following a repeal of the sedition law. What it says, if someone were to share information about you that is either false or may cause reputational harm, you do have the recourse of the court. It doesn't have to lead to compensation. And make reference to Daryl Vaz's case recently, where the individual was asked to make a public apology. You also have the Cybercrime Act, where if you share malicious information and information that is threatening or menacing, you can find yourself facing possible criminal charges. However, there is a particular threshold that must be met, wherein the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution is going to be asking the question, was there criminal intent, or were you just careless in what you were sharing?
Ms. Jackson says the Offences Against the Person Act and the Data Protection Act can also be used to provide legal protection from online attacks. The Prime Minister's suggestion of a clampdown has been criticized in some quarters as a potential threat to free speech. The Opposition PNP has specifically criticized the Prime Minister's utterance as a threat to democracy. Ms. Jackson says the government should seek to better utilize official channels to combat false information in the digital space.
If the issue is that people are not sharing information that is accurate, I ask the question, what is the non-legislative means that we can exercise right away? We have the Jamaica Information Service. We have PBC. How can they do proactive information sharing to ensure that we raise the consciousness of our people and we also raise the knowledge base of our people? So if someone puts information out there, based on my knowledge of processes, the achievements of the government, the policy positions of the government, but also the other members of parliament, I can say, that is not true. So that is also an area that we can lead on.
The JFJ Executive Director says the Prime Minister should exercise caution in his utterances to avoid creating unnecessary panic in the society that citizens are being tracked and monitored online by the government.
Absolutely. There was consternation when I heard the comment. And again, I just urge the Prime Minister to be a little bit more cautious in comments being made of this nature and to ensure that the government has a developed policy position on these matters, because we are operating in a time when there is sensitivity. We have NIDS being launched now, and the public may be listening on and say, will my information be used for the purpose it was not intended to? So the Prime Minister should exercise caution.